Hey, what's up? I'm Brett. I'm here with Corey from Trivium, and I'm here with Josh from Dean Guitars. And Corey's got a brand new signature V we're looking at today. Corey, tell us a little bit about this new badass Dean.
All right, it's a new V. I've been playing Vs for a long time, and I just wanted to come up with a unique V shape that would be my own thing. When I first switched over to Dean, I started playing the Dime Razorback Vs, and I thought they were awesome. And they played great. It got me introduced to the whole Dean way of guitars. And probably about maybe a year ago, I started talking with him about doing a signature guitar, and just came up with some little napkin chicken scratch stuff. I came down to Dean on in between a tour we had, and just sat down in Elliot's office with Josh, and pretty much just came up with this, just kind of noodling on a piece of paper and just coming up with different ideas. We drew a V, and then we just start erasing parts and putting cutouts here and there, and just trying to figure out what we could do with a V shape to change the shape and also make it look really cool.
Give it a fresh kind of rad, heavy new look.
And also because they had the doing a regular V, they already have the Shanker V, and then they also got the Mustaine V. And also the Razor, so there's a lot of V's and stuff. So if I wanted to, I had to do something pretty, interesting to make it stand out. So, we eventually came up with this, which came out really cool. It's really eye-catching, as far as when you get the paint on it and stuff. It's really, it just pops out, and it's just got a different look than any other V that I've seen. So I was really stoked. It came out really cool, and also it's unique at the same time. And it's 24 frets. The Razorbacks I was playing before, they're 22, and I know all the guitars, growing up stuff, always like the 24th fret just for doing a little tapping and stuff like that or whatever. And also just more space down here. So that's the one thing I wanted. And it's got the Floyd Rose, and as Matt was saying in the other interview, just simple. I don't really mess with tone knobs or anything like that. I always just have everything full bore, and the only thing I use is a volume knob and the pickup switch. So
straight up and go. Yeah,
totally. Just kept it very, very minimal. Also, the signature pickup we did. It's my CKB Ascension pickup. When they started doing the pickups, they wanted to know if I'd be interested in checking them out. So, I came down, and they had a couple prototypes in this room that I just kind of rocked out. Mm-hmm. Brought one of my Razorbacks, had the pickups I was using, to A/B them just to kind of get an idea of them. And one of them I played, I really liked the way it sounded. It was, in comparison, it had a lot more full tone. It had a lot more characteristics it brought out. It wasn't so sterile of a compressed sound I was using active pickups. So going back to a passive pickup really brought out more character in the playing, and also had a really great tone for pinch harmonics and lead playing. It just really sang and really cut through. It was a really good sounding, and also on rhythms it was really heavy. And I like the fact that the pickup came up with is really high output, so you don't have to crank the shit out of your amp full of gain and it be all noisy and stuff. The pickup does a lot of work, and and it really helps with making especially playing live with it being so loud, making it really clear so you can really understand what I'm playing on the guitar.
Yeah, more articulation and just a clearer sound.
It's really great. Anything I want to tweak or anything, if I have a problem, I want it to sound a certain way, it's working with them, I can, just call Josh up or somebody, and, I can describe to them, everyone who works here is a guitar player, so you can guitar lingo and just say, I need it to sound like this, and they totally get it, and they can make it right here. So it's really easy to get, your sound. And
that's cool. That's
really
cool.
Stoked with how it plays and it looks and it sounds great. So
yeah, it's a great looking
guitar.
Package. It's really mean. So Josh, you guys worked pretty closely together on this, just like you did on Matt's guitar. Tell us a little bit about the process and how you guys arose.
Well, what was cool is, like Corey said, we literally sat down one day. He came in and we sat in Elliot's office. Owner of Dean Guitars, Elliot, and we literally sat down with a piece of paper. We drew 5 or 6 different body shapes. And the cool thing, Corey's a really creative guy. Mm-hmm. So he's creative, but he kind of gives you the space. He's like, I kind of thinking something like this. So like he said, we'd kind of draw it out. He had a cool kind of vision, and I was really just writing down and trying to draw what he said. Man, can we have some cutouts at the bottom and do a few different things? And the other thing that's great is that, both these guys are great to work with, and they're one of the first guitars we built in our new state-of-the-art wood shop here in Tampa. So that's something that was really special too. And of course the pickups is a new thing for us. So they're, in the first dozen pickups that we ever made, which is also great. And we just have really worked closely. We have a lot of time with these guys, which really helps us out. And like I said, they have good ears. They know what they want. Very creative. They have a lot of great vision. And then so that we've got what we've arrived at here with the Corey V. So we're really proud of it. We're really proud to have Trivium as one of our flagship artists. And they've got a lot of fans, and we just really felt the time was right for signature guitars for both of these guys. You know what I mean? And the YouTube clips and all the internet, is evident. It was time to do this. And there's more exciting things even to come throughout '08 for these guys that we're going to kind of release as things kind of progress. We can't talk about it now, but
yeah, but I'm sure you're going to invite us back so we can get the inside scoop, right?
Anytime, man. You guys have security clearance to the building now, so you can get in literally anytime you want.
Don't lose that card, Joe.
Yeah, that's right. So we're excited, man. Between the pickups, the guitars. 24 fret, like you said, both their bodies are all mahogany. Matt's is ironwood. No, I'm kidding. It's mahogany.
It's got bricks in it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, it's mahogany. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, old colonial made out of the Mayflower. Anyhow, no,
you're not necessarily looking for 25 extra pounds on your guitar.
No, actually, because my guitars, I run around on stage, and we have a lot of stage ramps and all this stuff, and I just had I'm always used to light guitar. Matt said he was a really heavy rhythm player. I'm more of a lighter finesse. I don't really hit the strings too hard. And one of my Razorbacks was really light, that I just hit a harmonic and just pick the whole guitar above my head by holding the whammy bar. So I like to do kind of stuff like that, and I just
part of your show, part of your vibe.
It's just easier to run around and play if you're not dragging a boat anchor behind you or something like that.
If you've not seen Trivium, these guys are fantastic players, and we're proud to have them obviously representing the brand. And you guys have a new album coming out relatively soon, right?
Yeah, we've been working on it for the first half of this year so far, and it's gonna be really cool. Can't really, we're kind of keeping it hush hush, but should be out at the end of the fall, hopefully. And then we'll be, when we first go back out on tour, we're going to be rocking our signature guitars. And by then we'll have, some other signature guitars with some new paint jobs, some flashy looking stuff. So there'll be some new versions coming out. We've already been talking about some new paint job ideas and schemes and stuff to, really make some evil metal looking guitars. So once we get out on tour, you'll be able to see some new versions of these guitars, which is going to be a lot of fun to kind of, now that the whole body is designed and we got the hardest part out of the way, we can just doing stuff to visually make it really flashy, cool looking guitar.
Cool. So you're going to have essentially a whole new fleet of badass Trivium Deans coming out. Guys, thanks so much for showing us these new cool guitars. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.